Alright, let's pick up some cargo and let's get on the $1 Million Highway. How's everyone doing? This is David Steele and this is American Truck Simulator. And today, it's winter again. I'm using the Grimes Frosty's Winter Mod, and I'm also using the sound pack and the winter sound pack add-ons. And we're in my Scot A2HD. I'm going to take a little trip north over the $1 Million Highway. So, as you've probably just heard, I am doing this stick shift, I'm doing this manual. This will be a challenge for me, because there's no gear shift levers, so occasionally I'm going to mess my gear changes. It's probably not good to put the truck into reverse while moving forward. I know it's not good. Engine-wise, we're using an NTC, a Cummins NTC, so 350 today. It's the non-formula, so it revs to, I think, 2450-ish RPM. We likely won't need all those revs, but there's some steep hills, so having that extra few hundred revs at the top is kind of useful. Peak torque arrives, according to the book, at 1300 revs. And we're using an Eaton 9-speed today, which is set up, technically set up as a 2x4-way shifter. I may not have said that right. A 2x8 shifter pattern, rather, with a low gear. In practical terms, you need that low. And I've got a final drive of 4.11, so it's not particularly tall gearing, but all the same, this engine only has 1120 foot-pounds of torque, so I got to use every gear, and quite often I've got to use a good chunk of those revs. I'm looking forward to today's mountain pass. It's going to be a challenge on the way up. We're going to hold up traffic, and hopefully we'll not be holding stuff up too much on the way down. Alright, let's pull up to the main road here, and got myself a nav system installed. Not seeing my gears is one thing, not knowing where I'm going is something else, so 1 out of 2 on the difficulty notch today. No, it's all clear on the left. Alright. Well, let's make some progress. Have no time to get there today. This is a World of Trucks trip. My speed limit limiter is 65, but I don't think I'll be getting to that speed. Instead, my speed limit is going to be set by, well, my lack of power and torque, and my inability to change gear quickly. Probably more the former and not the latter. What's going on here then? Got a car with hazard lights on, or 4x flashes. Did he bump into the truck in front of him? Or did the truck in front reverse into him? We've got to turn left up here, but we're still some distance. That wasn't me. We're still some... That was me. We're still some distance from the junction. Well, give it a second. I'm sure we'll get moving anytime soon. Okay, I'm done with waiting. I don't know what's going on down here, but I'm going to head that way and hope for the best, because I haven't moved in what feels like a long time. The stationary traffic, there's not much with hazard warning lights on, but there's something up ahead. Is it a Prius?
Keep left, and then turn left.
Alright, I put my 4-ways on, because the traffic will tend to behave that much better when you use the 4-way flashes or the hazards. And if you're familiar with the game, that's something that took me a while to realise. Yeah, well, okay, there's a Prius involved that's not moving. In fact, I don't know what's going on there. I got a red light, but I guess I'll have a look around and see if I can figure out what's going on. So, we have a fire truck, Chevrolet, I think, of some sort, and a Prius. It's like a bad joke, and the punchline is, nobody move. Oh well, good luck to them. I am going to be going left in, just about now. So I'm finally seeing some hills and some mountains. Feels like I've been on the road for a long time, but most of that was just waiting. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to edit that out, but I sat at the light for, felt like 5 minutes. Anyway, here's my surprise face, another red light. But the scenery is going to be very pretty in the next 10-15 minutes of real time, at least it should be. Forecast says snow, but it's a blue sky right now, so I think we're looking good there. I was hoping for an exciting wheel cam shot, but right now we have traffic lights going to green. That's it. Alright, and we're off. Let's make like a tree and get out of here. One of the nicer features of this particular truck are the hood mirrors. They are excellent. They are probably better than some of the other mod trucks' main mirrors. I don't need to move my head that much or my view that much to see what's going on around me. Oh, what's coming up my outside lane. Well, Grimes, this is very pretty. Very pretty indeed. Now, I know that the notes on Grimes' website say that you'll sometimes see different colors and textures coming through. It's hard-coded into the game. I very rarely see it, and when I do, it makes sense. You know, a bit of green poking through the snow, yeah, that snow's kind of thin there. But this is beautiful. This is very pretty. No, we are slowing down. I'm at full chat, and I'm just dropping another gear. I'm not sure what gear I'm in. I'm going to guess I'm in 6, but it's a bit of a guess. 1500 revs on the tacho, and we are still bleeding speed. Okay. And I'm suffering from deja vu because I'm sure I've done this climb before. In this truck with probably a 350. An NTC 350. Well, I don't mean to hold anyone up too much, but I'm going to. So, let's just keep it nailed and try and keep the thing rolling. So, everybody lean forwards. And everybody look out the window, because I'm really enjoying the view here. Okay, so 2,000 revs and I'm at 30 miles an hour. So I've just set the cruise at 30. It sounds a little harsh on the engine, but it's perfectly fine to run it at this engine speed. It shifted up, and it saves it from trying too hard. So I changed up, and I don't think it's going to do it in whatever gear this is. So let's go back down and hope for the best. I'm going to pull over and let all the traffic past, I think. Hopefully I can keep it rolling into this, like, lay-by area.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Oh, good grief, there's a lot of traffic there. Not sure I can keep this rolling, but we'll try. Oh, I slipped it into neutral. Ah! Okay, that's a problem with not seeing what gear I'm in or not feeling. I'm gonna be after this van. Yep, we can go. Okay, let's go. That's full power. That's a steep hill. Alright, so back on the road. There's nothing behind me right now, which is good. So with any luck, it'll be a smoother trip. At least for the next few miles. Yeah, this is a steep hill. So I'm going to get it up to 20 miles an hour, and then I'm going to use cruise and try and control my speed with cruise and the engine brake. It's a little easier than using the throttle. It's just quite a lot easier. Just have to worry about steering a little bit there. Yeah, we get the feeling that we're working this thing hard. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet so that you can watch the views and listen to the engine without me plattering on about stuff. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Daddy only let me drive on a dirt road. Blacktop was off limits way back then.
I really should work on my third-party driving, steering, whole thingamajig job type driving car. I should work on my talking as well.
I've been rolling ever since. Love to hear those big wheels whine. 'Cause my windshield sees the world that my rear view leaves behind. Shifting gears, I love that sound. I top off my tanks and coffee, put the hammer right back down. Yeah, this is who we are and how we roll out on the big road. I've seen this whole country on this big road. My office has one hell of a view. I really like your town, I'd love to stick around, but I'm just a gypsy rambling, passing through. Lord knows that's the truth. I love to hear those big wheels whine, 'cause my windshield sees the world that my rear view leaves behind. Shifting gears, I love that sound. I top off my tanks and coffee, put the hammer right back down. Yeah, this is who we are and how we roll out on the big road. I love to hear those big wheels whine, 'cause my windshield sees the world that my rear view leaves behind. Shifting gears, I love that sound. I top off my tanks and coffee, put the hammer right back down. Yeah, this is who we are and how we roll out on the big road. Out on the big road.
Oops, I took that one a little bit too quick, but looks like I recovered and didn't hit anyone, which is good. So, using the cruise control and the engine brake is effective to keeping the speed under control. I wouldn't necessarily want to be doing this if it was snowing or raining. I'm using my custom physics mod that makes it slippery, and you can jackknife the package quite easily doing that. With the physics mod, certainly, you'll lock up the driven wheels, which in this truck is all of the rear axles, or both of the rear axles, I should say. Now, that's not fun because you can't steer very well. I mean, I can't steer very well anyway, as you've just seen again, but still, you lose all steering control and then you usually hit something, and it's almost always a tree, because trees. And I confess, there's not much stopping me from going over the edge here. I mean, there's this loose nut at the wheel, and there's not a lot between me and the trees. So, yeah, parker factor is kind of high at this point. So where it says 15, I'll put the cruise down to 20 and kind of hope for the best. It's not the safest approach, but it's the lazy approach, and I'm all about being lazy sometimes. I imagine... no, I don't imagine. A slippery mountain pass shouldn't really be that time. Oh, that was a little bit of a movement there. You might have seen it on the steering wheel input, but it didn't really is. That was skidding as I used the engine brake there. I guess that was shift lock. No, not quite. I didn't downshift and then use the engine brake. I just used it and it was enough to cause it to skid. Just enough. I've got the trailer brake and I've got the service brakes as well as the engine brakes. So I've got no excuses. Let the speed beat up a little bit here. I think there is something behind me, so yeah, I should probably not hobble along at 20-25, but there's also sharp corners just up ahead, so I can't go crazy. Seems to drag to the side a little when I use the engine brake if I'm unlucky. Of course, it might just be the way I'm driving. Oops. I will edit that out, but I just got a call, and nobody ever calls me unless there's a problem somewhere. So, luckily it was fixed. Alright, well, we're going to rumble into this town. I actually forget what this is called. I wasn't really paying attention when the sign went past, but let's see if I can drive through this in external view and not hit anything, and take a slurp of coffee at the same time.
Go straight.
This looks Alpine. I don't think it's as an Alpine as in German Alps. But no cable car.
Go straight.
Oh, that coffee's good. Okay, now we can pick up speed the far side. So let's tap up cruise. I think it goes up to 55 just around the corner. So we'll get this this beast up. Oh, 50. My bad. We'll get this beast accelerating, and we'll see if we can keep the speed up. Okay, this is Montrose. I made it here already, and no major incidents, at least none in front of me. Okay, well, that was a fairly successful trip. I'm gonna just let the speed bleed off as we come into the city here. Yeah, I think that was it's a very pretty trip. I didn't make particularly good time. I almost certainly used you chump. There's nothing like making me nervous. I probably should shift down at this point, but I'm just gonna lumber the engine. What was I saying? Yes, so I almost certainly guzzled diesel. But that's the very nature of this road, and it's a 43,500 pound cargo with not that much power or torque, so it needs those revs. This has been a pretty successful trip, like I say. I've enjoyed it, and hopefully you have too, but got a little bit further ways to go yet. Okay, pretty much here at Volderson, is it Autos, Volderson Motors, Volderson Cars, wherever. They're doing a charity event, that's why they need all these gifts. Volderson Motors, there we go. I feel like a challenge. Let's see how the difficult parking is today.
We're here. Now drop the load and
Might
go.
put some epic music on when I do this. Alright, let's take a look. So, 40 experience points. That tells me it should be fairly easy. Let's watch this space. I hopefully put some epic music there, but I actually didn't make too bad a job of that. Right, let's shut it down and see how well we did. 137 miles, okay. 32 gallons, that's about 4. Just over 4. Okay, not an efficient trip. Didn't expect it to be. Happy with that. And I think on that bombshell, it's just about time to draw this video to a close. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Very pretty trip today. If you want to know more about the Grimes Frosty Winter Mod, oops, I'll leave a link below, together with some other information on other mods. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.